is quite surprising. I just started. We don't even have anyone here, but we have three. Like, although I scheduled this, earlier on. So welcome everyone. I will dally a little bit to see if what people will join, so that I will get right into it. But we're still talking about financial independence. Yesterday we did talk about it. Let me put on the slides whether they will be better. Okay, I think that will be much clearer. So yesterday we started the conversation around financial independence and what people should do to be able to get financial independence. Today also we'll continue on that trajectory. Just, hey, let people learn a bit more of financial independence and what the things are that one is supposed to do to get there. And then also, we'll be reviewing the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. If you don't have, please get your own copy of The Richest Man in Babylon. This is my own copy. It's so old. I think this copy, if I'm not mistaken, is over 20 years. I've read it. It's so old. It's already falling apart. I need to actually put it together because this is a gem. For me, this is a gem. And I've read this book again and again. I've done a book review of this book before. I've done it on Twitter. I've done it with a group of people on Telegram. And I'm just about starting it again on YouTube. So for this book, you want to be a part of this book review. Kindly join the community, the LCM community. And then let's get it going. Let's get the book review going on. But in the meantime, we are going to be talking about, financial independence. I'm just going to do a run through what financial independence it's all about. And then, hey, we get it going. Get it going. Get it going. If you haven't read the book, please, it's very important. This book, Richest Man in Babylon, is really very important. Kings, I'm fine, and I hope you are too. I hope you're doing great also. So we're going to get onto it. We're going to be talking about financial literacy, and then all that goes with it. I'll be getting into it right soon. But if you have any question, if you were here, part of yesterday, if you were here yesterday and you have any question, please go ahead and ask it. Or if there's any question you want to ask about, literacy, financial independence, business, or whatever it is, just go ahead and just put that down. And then we just talk generally about financial independence. So I shall say greetings from Obedience in Dallas, Texas. I love your show. When are you joining the campaign team for Barrister Lumide Akpata in Edo State? We need you in Edo State. Definitely, by the grace of God, I'll be part of the team in Edo State. I wasn't able to be there today, the flag off, but inshallah, I will be part of the Edo State. Tomorrow is Salah, and so a few things doesn't make me to be able to make it up there, but by the grace of God, we're going to be there doing for the campaign. Welcome, everyone. So today we're going to, just like what we did yesterday, but today we're going to do a bit, either more in-depth or look at other areas. First of all, we talk about financial independence, and we say, what is financial independence? What do you understand by the term financial independence? Please, if there's anyone that can quickly put it. I think the next one I need to have somewhere where it can be interactive, where we can be talking. We will see as it goes. Let me know in the chat, in the comment section, what you think financial independence is, or in your own definition, what financial independence is. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead to say that financial independence is when your passive income can take care of your expenses. So you have a situation whereby your passive income is able to take care of your expenses. And then you might ask, what is passive income? Passive income is that income that you no longer have to work for. Things like money from rent, you build houses, you put tenants, they are paying you rent. That's not passive income. You don't have to do any other work for you to earn it. Things like you've written a book or you have a music out there, there's royalty. That's passive income. You no longer have to work for it for you to earn that money. You've bought shares, you're getting dividends. That's passive income. You've invested in a company. You are a silent partner, and then they are just paying, they share the profit with you. That's also passive income. We also have active income. Active income is the income that you have to work for you to get it, either your salary or your profit from your business. All of these things are active income. They say financial independence is a term generally used to describe the state of having sufficient personal wealth to live indefinitely without having to work actively for basic necessities. That means you're no longer working and you get it. Samuel Unang says financial independence is being able to pay bills without stress from other sources than a single source. Yes, to an extent you are right, but then if you say other sources, are you still actively working for it or not actively working for it? So you can have different sources of income, but you have to do the work to make it. So that's still not financial independence. You're still having to work, but it's when you no longer need to work for anything. These monies are coming in regardless. Then you have financial independence. So thank you so much, Samuel, for contributing. We've talked about passive income, income that you no longer have to work for you to be able to earn it. One thing about financial independence that it doesn't matter your age, whether you're young, you're old. You can be very young and be financially independent. You can be very old and be financially independent, and you can be very old and not be financially independent. It depends on what you are able to do in terms what of the things that you put in place, what are the work you've put into place for you to be able to live a life that you don't have to depend on what you're working for. And so let me give you an example. And financial independence can change. For example, if you have someone who is single, and the person doesn't have much expenses and the person has done certain things and he's receiving passive income of, let's say, 10,000 naira, and every month his expenses are usually 8,000 naira or 5,000 naira. That person, we can say, is financially independent. But the moment that person probably gets married, their expenses increase and their expenses are now 15,000 naira, and from their passive income they are making 10,000 naira. That person is no longer financially independent, and so that person has to work actively for him to be able to pay all his bills. And then this goes on. Like Usama Unak says, you can get passive income from like stocks, rental properties, online business, financial bonds. Absolutely. These are all sources of passive income. But for you to be able to get to this stage where you're making this money from passive income, you first of all have to put in the work. You have to save. You have to invest, whether invest your money or invest your time. You have to put all of these in place before you get there. So that's the thing that goes on there. Sometimes you see somebody who is in his 50s, in his 60s, the person is a big director in a bank, or an organization. The person is earning 1 million naira every month from whatever number of sources of income, and then the person's expenses is 1,050,000 naira. That person is not financially independent. Even if that person, we see them, they have big houses, they have big cars, they go on holiday with their family every summer, they go out of the country, they are not financially independent. That person is still depending on active income for them to be able to pay their salaries. And those are the kind of people that you see, the moment they lose their job, within a few months, wow, everything is gone. The person is practically living hand to mouth. So those kind of people, we do not say that they are financially independent. Most people believe that the key to wealth is a high-paying, high-paying job. Yes, it's easier to amass assets if you have more money coming in each month, but the true secret to increasing your net worth is to spend less than you make and invest in ventures that will yield passive income. So like I talked about the other director who earns maybe a salary of 1 million naira a month or 2 million naira a month or 10 million naira a month, as long as their expenses is higher, they are not actively financially independent. Even if the expenses is not higher, they are not financially independent because they are dependent on active income, on the work they are doing. If anything, whether it's work or business, if anything should happen, they lose their business or they lose their work, you find out that they can't maintain that life. So that is for them, those kind of people, we don't say that they are financially independent. Then there are certain things that we basic things we need to understand if we want to work towards financial independence, because knowledge is very important. Financial knowledge is very important. If you remember, for those of you that were with me yesterday, when we talked about the 5 financial IQs that Robert Kiyosaki talked about, the first thing he talked about was acquiring information, the kind of information, financial information, knowledge that you are able to get. The other thing was making more money. You make more money and then you protect your money, you budget your money, then you leverage on your money. So we are going to look at what is wealth. So a lot of people, if I ask you now what is wealth, if any of you can type, Samuel Unang, thank you so much for keeping the conversation going. If any of please type in as in what do you understand by wealth? When we say this person is wealthy or that person is wealthy, what do you understand by the term wealth? So I'm waiting for someone to please go ahead and put something in there. Put something in there. What is wealth? The question is, what is wealth? And with YouTube, you can't even see who are typing. Otherwise, if it was WhatsApp now, you'd be seeing typing. Okay, some people are typing. Now, I don't know whether anybody is typing. Oh, nobody is typing. Is anybody typing? Oh, yes. Wealth is freedom. Okay, freedom. I agree with you, Oyekola Eden. He says wealth is freedom. Absolutely, wealth is freedom. But what is that wealth that will bring you the freedom? Anyway, let me go ahead and say to you, wealth is not how much money you have amassed in your bank account or how much you have. Wealth, in the simple definition of wealth, is how long can you stay without having to do any work and be able to sustain yourself. Abo Aziz said it should be one value of assets. Yeah, those are also part of it. Wealth is abundance. So wealth is actually described in terms of time, not how much you have. So if you look at it and say, how long wealth means abundance of resources and possessions. Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic definition. But there's also something else you look at wealth and say, wealth is how long you can stay without having to work and still be able to sustain and be able to sustain yourself. So for example, every one of us that we are right here in this place, at this moment, we are 98 of us plus myself. Let's sit down for just a few seconds and think, if our business was to stop now, God forbid, I'm not saying our business will stop, but always start from the worst case scenario in everything that you do in life. If our business was to stop now or our work is to stop now, you say, okay, none of this is there. How long will you be able to maintain your life as it is right now? That is your wealth. Some people are one day wealthy. These are the people that live from hand to mouth. They can sustain themselves for one day. Some people are 1 week wealthy. Some people are 1 month wealthy. Some people are 1 year, 2 years, 10 years wealthy. Then some people are, wealthy. They can take care of themselves for their lifetime. That is what we call, financial independence. I'm going to give you a bit of example and said I'm going to have two people. One person is A and the other person is what? Is B. So one person is A, one person is, we have two individuals, right? A has 200K, 200,000. B has 20 million. I'm going to ask you, who has more wealth between A and B? Can you just type in this comment section, who do you think has more wealth, A or B? A has 200,000, B has 20 million in the account. 20 million in the account of B, 200,000 in the account of A. Who has, okay, Oyekola says B, Trim's Word says B. Okay, we have two Bs. Nobody is rooting for A. Come on, people. And then I have Abinadab Agbose, depends on monthly expenses of A and B respectively. I like that. He is not rooting for anybody. Abinadab says, depending on the monthly expenses. Then we have Hog Robinson says B. Sam Sibala says B. Bud Willie says B. Why are you guys all rooting for B? Nobody is going for A because of 20 million naira. But hey, that's it. But I tell you something. Remember what I said earlier? I said wealth is how long you can sustain yourself without having to work. If you're not working and doing anything, how long can you sustain yourself? So I will say to you, the person who is getting this answer is actually Abinadab, because he asked the question and he says, depends on monthly expenses of A and B. And that's the key. This whole thing is dependent on the monthly expenses of A and B. And that's the question that you guys should ask me. What is their monthly expenses? So of course, so if the monthly expenses of A is 1 million naira, of B is 1 million naira, and the monthly expenses of A is 10,000 naira, what's going to happen? They are both 20 months wealthy. That's it. They are both 20 months wealthy. So it all depends on the expenses. Yes, B has more money in the account. B has 20 million naira. A has just 200,000 naira, but A's expenses is 10,000 naira monthly. B's expenses is 1 million naira monthly. At the end of 20 months, if both of them are not doing anything, they don't have any passive income coming in, at the end of 20 months, both of them will have no money. So they are 20 months wealthy. None of them is wealthier than the other. So wealth is always relative. But so how long can you sustain yourself? It doesn't matter how much you have in your account or how much you don't have or what assets you have or whatever you have. Do you have passive income that can take care of your expenses? So the level of your wealth should be measured by the length of time you can maintain your standard of living without an additional paycheck. So that is what wealth is. Most times people just mix it up and think, oh, it's when I have this. So as much as you're doing whatever that you do, you must ensure that you're building your passive income. Always have it at the back of your mind. What can I do to build my passive income? Passive income is what you should be going out for. I always say to people, it's dangerous for you to be paying your children's school fee from just your active income. Because what if something happens to you? What if your business was to stop or your work was to stop? It affects your children's education. It affects everybody. So instead of you using your money and be buying big things, this thing, that, put it in things that will give you passive income. One of the easiest way of getting passive income is through properties. Build, house, rent. And you saw examples that Abinadab Agbo gave us earlier, different examples in terms of that you can get your passive income. I'm trying to go back to, it says stocks, rental properties, online business, financial bonds. These are ways that you can get, passive income. Invest in them. Don't eat your money as you're making them. Obina Ogbehi, thank you. God bless you too and welcome. So try to work on all of these things. This is what you need to know. In other words, if you have to stop working right now, how long will you keep on purchasing your purchasing power for food, cars, clothing, school fees for your kids, holidays? That's your wealth. It is said that the average person isn't educated in this too, which is why the more they earn, the more they are wondering why financial independence and security continue to elude them. Because most people, when they earn more, they eat more. And guess what? And you've noticed too, if you're working or doing business, you've noticed it. The moment you're making your salary, then they will increase your salary. You'll be so happy. Oh, I've been promoted. My salary has increased. Then in a few time, you adjust yourself to your salary. There's actually a name for that. I've forgotten the name. There's a name for that. For that whole thing that happens when you earn your salary, your money increase, your taste also increase. Before, you used to go to mama put and go and buy food of 1,000 naira, 1,500. Now, because you are a big boy or a big girl, you go to posh restaurants, and what do? You order food for 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. Seafood fried rice. Before, you used to pick your shirt from bend down boutique. You don't mind, you just go there, you just enter by that boutique, you look for correct shirt and do. Now that you've been promoted, you're a big boy, you're a big girl, you only wear designers, right? Before, you used to go to I see somebody from the US here, and fantastic. Before, you used to go to Ross and pick your thing, or maybe you go to Target, or you go to what's that other one, Walmart, and pick your clothing, your shoes. Now you're a big boy, a big girl. You no longer do those ones. You actually do designer. So this is what happens. So if you've not learned how to use your money and put it somewhere else, you keep wasting it. One of the things I say to people is that, look, when they increase your salary, don't increase your lifestyle. Yeah, Walmart. Obina, thank you so much, Obioma. So don't increase your lifestyle. I'll give you an example. I have a cousin who is a policeman. Many years ago, during Obasanjo's time, so Obasanjo increased their policemen, they increased their salary. And the next thing he was coming, he was still complaining. I said, when you were being paid, their salary was increased like 3 times, times 3. And he was still complaining. I said, okay, what changed? Now that you increase your salary, did you change your children's school? He said no. Did you leave the house you were living? He said, so I said, what now happened to that increase? He said, yes, it doesn't. I said, well, because you've not planned for your money, that's why you don't know what happened to it. Ordinarily, the moment they increase your salary, continue to maintain the lifestyle you were in before. Every other increase, invest it. For the first 2, 3, 4, 5, invest every increase that is there. Your salary was 50,000 naira. They've increased it to 75,000 naira. Continue to use 50,000 naira. Live on 50,000. Every of that 25,000 naira, invest it. Put it together. Invest it. What of now that is, whatever it is, even if things are costly, just what of people that have lost their jobs? What of people that have lost their jobs? Are they going to kill themselves? You even still have job. You are saying increase. Invest it. If you don't know how to invest when you are earning 10,000, you will never know how to invest, even if you are earning 20 million. That's the thing about life. So the moment you increase your salary or income or your profit or whatever, don't increase your lifestyle. Just keep packing them and investing them. There is time that you will enjoy, when you will relax, when your passive income is coming. That's the time when you are wealthy and you can get to that financial independence. I talked about this yesterday. I'm going to quickly talk about it again, because you can't talk about financial independence without actually talking about it. And that's to say, Jim Ross says that to become financially independent, you must turn part of your income into enterprise, part of your enterprise income. You must turn your income into capital, turn your capital into enterprise, turn your enterprise into profit, turn your profit into investment, and then into financial independence. So if you have some money, for those who are working, who want to do business, they have money, they now want to invest it in a business. That's the money now becomes capital. The business they invest it in, it now becomes enterprise, and then the money that they make out of that enterprise becomes profit. They take that profit and invest it in something, either passive income yielding investment or investment that appreciate over time, and that becomes financial independence. For those who don't want to do business, all they do is that their income, they don't make it into they turn it into capital by saving it, but they don't put it into enterprise. They don't put into, they don't get profit. They just from income they go into capital. From capital straight they go to investment. They don't want wahala of doing business or doing anything. Amy Okoye TV, good evening to you. Vivian Vitalis, thank you also. Welcome from being here. SS2 says, come in Europe. Well, you people, it's Europe that to get Schengen visa is one wahala. I don't like stress in my life. Yeah, Joe Igbokwe, yes, I'm trying to make it a daily training, but for the book review, I've decided the book review, we're going to start with The Richest Man in Babylon. That's going to be on Sunday at 9 p.m. We'll be having we'll be starting our book review, and the first book we are taking on is The Richest Man in Babylon. Then subsequently, we'll all suggest books that we'll carry on and keep going. So far, this is daily, except for the days, of course, when I'm not around or I'm unable to get it going. So these are some of the things in terms of that. Now that we've understood, and one of the things we must understand is that income is not wealth. People always assume income is wealth. Oh, the man is making 20 million naira every month as salary. It's not wealth. It's just an income. It is what you do with that income that will determine whether you have the wealth or not. If the person who is earning that money turns it into investment that is bringing in passive income, then he has wealth. Otherwise, there is nothing in it. So if we are looking at financial independence, there are certain things that we want to follow. First of all, we know that income is not wealth. We now have an understanding of what wealth is. The next thing is pay off your debt. A lot of people have so many debts on their head that is draining them. For those of you that are in Europe, US, in the Western world, stop buying unnecessary things because you can just buy them on your credit card. Why are you changing your phone? Oh, the latest one has come, and must you hold the latest phone? Half of the time, the things that are in the latest phone, you don't even know how to use them. You don't know how to utilize them, but you just carry them because you want to carry the latest phone. Why are you changing your car? You just got a car 5 years ago. You can drive your car for 20 years. Warren Buffett has been driving one car for how long? You can drive your car for 15 years, 20 years. It's still going good. After all, you people will finish driving it, you will send it to us, and we will buy it as tokumbo, we will use it for another how many years? It's still going good. You understand? There's this Toyota car that my husband bought for me when I was pregnant with our last child in 2001. He bought that car for me in December 2001. I rode it, and then later he dashed it to his brother. He changed another car for me, dashed that one to the brother. Is still riding it up till now. That car was second hand when we bought it. 2001 till now, it's about 22 years. They bought it for me in December, and it's still going good. So you don't need to change car every day. So why are you changing your car? Why are you not putting that money and investing in it? And then you now acquire all of these debts. You're always buying debts. Before you see before you work for your money, you've spent it. You're already slaving for it. So please learn to pay off your debt. Sometimes you find people spending 60% of their salary to service debt. As in, your salary comes in, all the money you need to pay on your card, they've all gone. You have nothing else. Some of them like car loan, holiday loan, furniture loan, electronics loan, even wedding loan, Asoebi. Those of you that are always buying Asoebi, can you please stop it? You spend 60,000, 100,000, 500,000. Some people even said as much as 1 million naira on Asoebi for wedding that is not their own. And then you're sitting down, you are wondering that, oh, what is happening, where is the money going to. So yes, but we have good debts like we talked about yesterday. If you are borrowing to buy asset, that's a good thing. But if you are borrowing to buy liabilities, please. And the simple way for you to know assets and liabilities are, ask yourself, is it putting money in your pocket or is it taking away money? If it is taking away money from your pocket, it's a liability. If it's putting money in your pocket, then that is an asset. And so you don't want situation whereby you keep incurring debts and debts and then you're not doing. You need to structure your life, right? Find out how much you are owing, devise a plan to pay it, and pay off little by little. Talk to your creditors, they will understand, and pay them off. And while you're paying them off, please don't incur any more debt. I live in the UK. You speak of investing in ladder. Would you advise to somebody say next time you visit America, come to Florida. Okay, Asman Amir, salam to you. From Asman from Malaysia. So we talked about this yesterday. So it depends, honestly. So for me, at this rate, because of the way Nigerian money is going down, I really personally would not encourage anyone to invest in land in Nigeria, except yes, especially if you think in the future you want to take the money out. Do you understand? But if you are not taking the money out of Nigeria, you're leaving it still in the Nigeria economy, then it's a good thing, to invest. There are a lot of lands that are coming up now. Many people are going to be selling off land. But if you say later on, I want to carry this investment, change it to pounds, I return it to UK, I'm not too sure, honestly. But if you're going to leave it here, the investment here, and just deal with it within the Nigeria context, yeah, it works. Overall, land we appreciate, especially if you get good places there. But otherwise, I don't think so. Abin Adab Ago say you should invest in Nigeria if you are in Nigeria and don't have any other options. Exactly. So that's the thing. But sometimes, as for those of you that are not in Nigeria, you have expenses that you pay in Nigeria, you have things to do in Nigeria. You can now invest that and be using that for Nigeria. But if you're thinking, let me invest in Nigeria, tomorrow I'm going to carry that money and turn it to pound, I will say to you, now I sell properties, I sell houses, but I will advise you, I will not advise you to. But if you're in Nigeria and all of that, yes, I absolutely. Abin Adab Agbo is telling you that absolutely it will lose value in terms of forex this thing, but in Nigeria term it might increase in value. But the thing for you is that if you're in Nigeria, if you keep that money, it's going to be worse. So invest it in the larger properties anyways, be earning this income. But for someone coming from abroad down to Nigeria, for now, I don't think so. Except there are places, of course, where some lands, they go astronomical. Maybe it's one village and then all of a sudden government or something, they decide to go and do something there. They decide to go and build one factory. So you find out that land that they were selling for 100,000, 150, 200, all of a sudden it's turning to 20 million. So that kind of land, it really appreciate, but they are not very many. It takes few this thing and a lot of knowledge to be able, to get that. Okay, as we are going on, so if you structured how to pay off this thing, it's so easy to collect, to collect so many things. But remember, you have to pay for them sooner. So that luxury, when they say to you, oh, come and buy this thing, you don't have to pay at once. You can do 3 payments. It looks so attractive. It's not attractive. It's a trap. Because you will still pay for it. And it's the money you've not even earned that you now be using to pay for it. That's you should not be slaving for money. So please always learn to have the discipline to say no. I don't want to buy this thing. I don't want to do this thing, and go on. You don't have to go for that holiday. You don't have to buy that pair of shoe or bag or shirt or whatever. Just cut your coat according to your size. When you keep collecting things on credit, now what you're doing is that you're using your future, you're eating your future to support your present lifestyle, and that's very long. So pay off your debt and it's and be on your own, on your way to being financially independent. Another basic fact that we must understand. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing in diaspora. So I'm going to talk about a lot of the people in diaspora live on credit. That's why most of them, you see somebody, but no, but all credit have paid up, but you have to keep working. That's why you see somebody is 70, they can't relax. They are still having to work. Somebody is 60, they are struggling to work. Why should I be working when I'm 60? Why should I be working when no, no, no. So but those debts, right? You can collect those debt and use them to acquire assets. For example, down payment, we talked about it yesterday. Put a down payment in a house, get tenants into that house. The rent they are paying you, using it to pay the mortgage and other expenses, and still be earning money on it, and get more and more of those down payments instead of using credit to be changing car, changing floor, changing this thing. Get down payments, put them in houses, put tenants, they are bringing in money. At the end of the day, you are earning more. But if you keep buying all of this, yes, the debts are paid up every month. But as you get older, what do you have? You still have to keep paying your mortgage. Some people will refinance their house because they need money to do something. So it's more mortgage for you. You are 50, you are 60, you are 70, you're still struggling, you're still working. And that's why it's so easy for people to become homeless. The moment you are unable to pay off your this thing, your mortgage once, twice, three, whatever, the next thing you're on the streets. So those are the things, because people have engaged their future, they've eaten their future to give themselves a present lifestyle that is not theirs to do. So borrowing money to eat liability doesn't make sense. Always ask yourself, the money you're borrowing, is it for liabilities or is it for debt? And don't say because you can pay your bills every month now. What happens when you're unable to work as much? What happens when you retire? What happens when the money doesn't come in? What happens when you're retrenched? What happens? So these are all the things that you need to put in. Jafet Tolorunji, thank you so much for your kind words. I really do appreciate that. So another basic fact, and I think this comes to Amy Okoye, what you're talking about. Another basic fact we must learn to junk. You go to Target, there is a bonanza going on. Oh, there is what do they call that thing? Reduction. Sales are going on. You now start packing things. Pack this, pack the half of them you don't do. Even me that I'm talking to you, I'm guilty of that thing. I'm always learning. I'll tell myself, yes, I have to stop myself. So I'm like, this thing you are packing, are you going to use them? Half of them you don't use them. Yeah, sales. So there is sales. You now go there. Oh, these things are cheap. You pack. You will don't use them. They are junk in your house. There are a lot of things in your house that you've never opened them, but you bought them because they were cheap. You've bought them because they were on sales. You've bought them because of this. That is you spend the money that you should be saving and investing that will give you passive income. So please stop buying junk. Most of the things that we buy are things we do not need, but we spend our money because others are buying them, or we should look good having them, or we just get carried away by the moment, especially online shopping. If you are not disciplined, please don't go on that online shopping. And for those of you that have credit card abroad, the thing before you know what's happening, Amazon, Pure Express, Amazon Prime, 24 hours later, next day delivery, they've delivered it to you. You are chopping your future and nobody is telling you. Me, I will tell you now, you are chopping your future to sustain a lifestyle and junks that you don't need. You see those some people will say, oh, I'm bored, let me go shopping. You are bored, go and jog. You are bored, go and do press up. That boredom will go away. You are bored, go and that boredom will run away. Hello, Daniel. Welcome. Good to see you here. Yeah, I do this every day, sort of, except maybe when I'm not disposed. But then we are gonna be doing book review every Sunday, 9 p.m. For those who are members of the community. So join the community if you can. You see it if you go to my channel go down, you see where they put membership if you want to be part of it, because I want to do the book review with people who really are interested in doing the book review. But this one, I'm talking about financial independence and all of that, I do that, try to do that every day. So between maybe I'm gonna move this to 9. I usually do my exercise and then I'll do this, but I'll move my exercise earlier so that 9 p.m. you can join us and we'll do this. So you see all of those things you buy. If you are bored, don't go shopping. Go and jog, go and walk, take a stroll, be jumping, in short, dance, put on music and dance. Don't say I'm bored and then you go online shopping. Oh, this is beautiful. Some of the things you will never use them. I have some exercise things in my house. You know, the last time, I think that was in that was last year. I spent that was last year, 2023. I spent 5 years in DC. So I went to Ross. Was it in Ross? Yeah, it was in Ross. I saw these exercise things and they were quite, I just sat down, I bought them, but I bought quite a number of, they are there. I've not used them. They are there, money wasted. So as I'm talking to you, I am also talking to me because I'm guilty also. Online, so what I do sometimes, I don't even go on that online. I just mind my business. Sometimes I actually click them, put them in the shopping basket, and then I end up not clicking. When it comes to payment, I'll just look at them like this, like this, like this. I'll leave them there for some days. After a while, I will move on from there. So please, that online shopping, just ensure that okay, so let me go and check some of the questions that are coming on. Thank you, Royal Jos. Oshorame, I think that's an Edo name, right? Says, yeah, Otono, yeah, says, okay, I've answered that. I try to do this every day. What can someone invest in Nigeria from now to 3 years time? Invest in it. Are you living in Nigeria? If you are living in Nigeria, do properties, do lands. If you are not living in Nigeria, I don't advise investing in Nigeria right now. Honestly, I will not lie to you. I will not lie to you. I will not lie to you because it's crazy. It's crazy. Except if you just have some money that you really will not take it out. If you're thinking, if you're thinking of taking your money out of the economy, after a while I bring $10,000. I want to take out that. Me shall no advice. So but if you're in Nigeria, do for me, one thing that is always there, do land, but be very careful. Ensure that you're getting good lands. Check, go to the government offices, let them be sure this is the land. Check what the land is for. It's not the one that are going to give you somewhere that is supposed to be a playground or it's supposed to be a pipe or a train, something they will sell it to you. Make sure there are lawyers that can help you check all of those things. There are good agents that can help you get that. Eddie, thank you so much. Amen. May Allah bless you too. What about, is it money down the drain? What about overseas travel, vacation? Is it? So this is it. Overseas travel, vacation, amazing and good things. But it's also money down the drain because why? It's taking away money from your pocket. So what you need to do with your overseas travel is that first of all, the money you earn, monies are like slaves that are supposed to work for you. The monies that you earn, invest them, right? Whether you want to do the rental properties, shares, stocks, whatever, financial bonds, whether you want to buy, what do they call this, government, bonds and all of that, buy them. Then the profit that comes out of what you've invested, that's what you will use for your vacation. Do you get? So it's not, if you just earn your money, you go and use vacation. That's the money that should work for you. That's your slave. You've just wasted it. So it's not that you are not going to, or your vacation is very good. Luciho, thank you. Walaikum salam from Luciho from Germany. Thank you so much. I'm Aisha from Nigeria, Abuja from Nigeria. So yes, vacation is a very lovely thing. I love to travel. In short, Ajala travel, and even with the kids, it's educational. They learn a lot and all of that. But what you need to do is to start working on your financial independence. And people think that, oh, you have to be old. The best time to start working on your financial independence is when you are in your teens, in your early 20s, even before you start working. Start saving whatever you can. As soon as you are working, as soon as you start working, start saving aggressively. For young people, when you start working, sometimes you can save up to 90% of your salary. There are some people who are working that can save up to 90% of their salary. Just live on basics. Live on basic, aggressive saving in your early 20s 20s, maybe your 30s and all of that. Before you know what's happening, you have enough passive income to be taking care of yourself so that you don't need to be living, from hand to mouth. So that's one thing. So please don't buy junk. Don't just keep buying things because they look cheap, because they look beautiful, because you're on Amazon kicking. Oh, okay, this looks beautiful, this looks beautiful. No, ensure that you're going to use it. So sometimes one of the things that I do is that I will see these things, they are beautiful, they are whatever, I will click on them, I will leave them in my shopping basket. Sometimes they can spend months, then I'll go back and look, do I really need this thing? I ask myself, it's not easy. Because you see me talking, don't think that I've mastered it. I've not mastered. I still buy some things that after some time, I'll be asking myself, what nonsense was that? Why did you go and waste that money? So it's something you have to keep working on. So I leave them in the shopping basket, and then after some time on my own, I'll just be removing them because they really don't mean anything. So we've talked about, don't go and be buying a junk. The next thing you have to learn if you want to work towards financial independence, don't try to impress people. You are not on this earth to impress anybody. You are going for a wedding. It's not your wedding. You are not the one getting married, but you are the one going to buy shoes, expensive handbag. Oh, I want to show them that I've arrived. I want to give them big auntie vibes. Who cares? Nobody. You are the one wasting your money that you would have used to invest. You are saying, oh, I must show them I'm this, I must show them I'm a big boy. Nobody cares. You are changing your car every day because you want to impress people. Nobody cares. The only person, Emi Okoye, absolutely, competition is dangerous. Nobody cares about you. Me, I don't, if they say that if I don't wear expensive clothes I should not enter there, oh boy, I will not enter. Oh, you must hold Birkin handbag, Louis Vuitton, LV handbag. For where? Must you hold it? If you have enough money, you can just open your bag, passive income, just pay. No wahala. You are a big boy now, a big girl, pay for it. But if you have to, you are waiting for your salary, you are joining your 3 month salary, 4 month salary to go and buy bag. Are you okay? You are not okay, oh, and nobody is telling you are not okay. But me, I'm here to tell you you are not okay. Hold your back, whatever it is. Nobody is watching, nobody is searching. You think me, I know what Birkin bag, probably looking at it and thinking it's fake. I will probably look at it and not know what it is. You are carrying your Louis Vuitton bag, I don't know what it is. The next person does. It's the only person that knows how expensive that thing is you. The rest of us can't be bothered because we've seen someone that is carrying more expensive than that. So please, whatever you do, don't try to impress people. Don't be in a competition with anybody. Just do your own thing. You can still look good on a budget. You can look amazing in a budget. Don't just go and try to overdo things. Otono say, you talk about investment. What type of low risk business someone can invest 3 million naira in? So this, like I said to people yesterday, I don't tell people what business to invest in. I just tell you these are the 4 areas you can use to get business. Every business is a potential billionaire maker. It depends on what you're ready to put into it. One, you look around your area and say, is there a problem that you can find solution to? And I solve that problem and begin to earn money. What's the need? There might be need. Maybe that area, there is no place where people are selling food items. You don't have shops where they do certain things. People have to go far to be able to do certain things. That's something to invest in. It might be you've seen a business in another place that you can bring it to where you are that will work. That's another thing. You can improve on an existing business, or you have a hobby you want to turn into a business. But one of the things I will say to you is that if you're going to invest in something, you are not the one that is looking after the business. In Nigeria especially, people with getting honest staff is very difficult. Most times you invest, people eat the money, it goes whatever. The easiest thing I say to people, if you can, just look for good property, leave the money there. Over time, the monies you invest in property, in lands in Nigeria, they always beat business. I'm telling you, can somebody with like 3 million naira, somebody can use 3 million, put it in a business. Another person buy land, good land, ensure, because in land too, they have a lot of fake properties they sell. Make sure, sell it. Most times you find out that 3 million naira, that business would have gone out of way. Meanwhile, in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, that land would have appreciated very well. So for me, I'm always thinking about properties, lands, and other things more than anything. Yes, of course, tech is something that people can invest in, but I don't have knowledge of tech. So whatever you do, ensure you have knowledge of it. Like when people were talking about cryptocurrency, what's that other one? Forex trading. I don't know anything about it. And I never invest. I don't invest in something that I don't know knowledge of. And if I must invest in something, I must get that knowledge. So for me, I know that whether people, no matter how technologically advanced people are, they must still live in houses. They must still eat food. Those are the big businesses that I invest in. But business is not easy. People always think it's so easy. Oh, just no, it's not easy. And most times there are a lot of people that eat your money. So if you're better off, just buy some property, a plot of land somewhere that is good, clean, whatever. Forget about it. You will not have adrenaline of running business. You will not have income, cash flow coming out of that land, but you will have capital gain. It will be there and it will be appreciated. That's the thing. So sometimes people buy all of these things on credit, and you see them that they keep going on, just buying things on credit that they shouldn't be doing. So like I said, stop trying to impress others. And I also talk about the 18 40 60 rule. Is that when you are 18, you think everybody is thinking about you. When you're 40, you don't care about what people think about you. And then when you turn 60, you realize that nobody was always thinking about you. So another thing you have to take into consideration if you're working towards financial independence is savings, savings, savings. You must learn how to save. You cannot get financial independence without learning how to save. So that thing is very critical. It's very important. You must learn the art of saving, of getting your money. Pay yourself first. Don't joke with it. As soon as you get salary, have one account that you call it savings. As soon as you get your salary, how much can you take? Can you do your budget? Is it 10%? Is it 20% of your salary income? Earnings, anywhere money come. Even if somebody gives you a gift today, take 20%, at least 10% from that money, put it in that account. When you save that money, you use that money, go and get an investment. Invest it in passive income yielding investment, or investment that will appreciate over time. That's what you keep doing. At every time, have project. If you've bought a land today, as soon as you finish buying the land, you put the paper, put it somewhere else. Start thinking of the next land. Start saving for the next land. As soon as you get that one, start saving for this. Always have a project. Always have investment you are targeting. Don't stay like that with your money. You don't know what to do. And as you have cash, if cash is king, if you have cash, you will be able to get, deals on properties. If you are this, get an estate person, estate company or estate person that will tell you when deals are coming up, when people are selling land, when something. Just keep acquiring this thing. Acquire them as if you're on a mad level. Just be buying everything you have, especially the early age. Later on, you will just sit down. These things will now start bringing income to you. Then you will now be enjoying your free holiday. People will be like, this person looks as if he's doing money ritual. We are not seeing him doing any work, but he has so much money. Yes, you spent your early years working. You spent your early time working. You've done not instant, delayed gratification rather than instant gratification. So you have to learn to. Savings is not easy, and you must be disciplined. The money that goes for your saving, you don't touch it except if it's a life or death thing, except if this person is going to die, is sick. Other than that, forget about it. That's not money to be saved. Whether somebody is coming to cry, your mommy is crying that they don't have money, that savings is no go area. You can take out of your other this thing and budget an amount for them, but please note that savings is for investment, is for you to acquire your financial independence. That's one thing that a lot of people, they do not really take care of. Savings is the fastest way to accumulate wealth, build financial discipline, and expand your creativity, frugal way of thinking to make things work on a meager income. So that's some of the things that they call explain as saving. When you get your salary or after making some money from a business, the first thing you need to do is pay yourself first. Many people forget to do that. It is recommended you pay yourself at least 10%. That's the least. Like I said to you before, some people can pay themselves 50%, some people can do 60%, because especially when you are younger, your expenses are not that much. Save as much as you can. That's not the time to be throwing money. And when you see these young people today spending money anyhow, blah blah blah, they will not be, by the time they start getting older, maybe they get married, they now have other people they are looking after, then it becomes difficult for them. This is the time to actually spend, to actually save and make a lot of money, and save and then begin to invest. Savings have nothing to do with how much you earn. It's about your attitudes towards money. It's about your discipline. So it's about you being able to say, what I have, I can take something out of it and do something with it. How about cloth factory business in Nigeria? I live abroad. How about ha 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 ha? So this is the thing. Let me cloth factory business. The biggest issue that cloth factory business have in Nigeria is competition. A lot of cheap clothing are coming from China and other places. So are you able to compete? Don't forget that when you have industry in Nigeria, first of all, you have the issue of infrastructure. You have the issue of light. Light is very expensive in Nigeria. You must have your own diesel. You're producing your own electricity, and even the electricity is expensive. You don't have a good infrastructure. You don't have, all of those things are a problem. Then capital is also a problem. It's a big problem in Nigeria. I can tell you a lot of industries are closing down. So those are the things you have to put into consideration. Then workers, most of the workers are going to be stealing from you. I'm not trying to be pessimistic, and there are people who have made it. You have to be on, you can't be, one of the things I will tell you categorically, like me or hate me, you can't be in US and run that business and they will eat your money. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, your money is going to be gone. So except if it's you managing it, you're going to be there every day, managing everything. So that's one. Then you have to also compete with cheaper versions that are coming from abroad. Even this cloth that they make in is it Abeokuta, this Yoruba land, what do they, adire, they are now making adire in China, cheaper than the ones you have here. So those are the things that you have to do. Raw materials, how do you get your raw materials? Capital is very expensive. If you're going to take a loan from a bank, you're talking about 20 to almost 30 or above 30%. So those are the things with factories. So those are some of the things that you also have to think about. And then even if you say you're going to carry your raw material from abroad, sometimes you find out that the raw material, the custom duty on the raw material is the same as the custom duty on the finished product. My husband used to have a soap factory. I was telling him, me, as you see me like this, I know they do anything manufacturing. My husband is the one that loves those things. He started it, everything, different wahala. The raw material, we're getting palm oil, soap noodle, we're getting them from Malaysia. We're going to get them from Indonesia, because those ones, they produce more palm oil than we do, so they're cheaper there. You find out that the raw material, the custom duty on the raw material is the same as custom duty on finished soap. So are you going to compete? He built that factory, he equipped it, he did whatever. At the end of the day, I was saying, if he had used that money to just build houses and put tenants, for me, as far as concerned, that would have been better. Even he now sees that. So those are the things that you have to put in consideration. But if you're going to live in the US and open up a business in Nigeria, please, don't even bother. Sorry. Except you have somebody who is extremely trustworthy, who is ready to look after it and give it his 100%. Even that person that is trustworthy can be, even you are here under your nose, they'll be eating, they'll be packing your things and doing all sorts of things. So that's also one of the problems we have. Knowing fully well that even if you go to police, you can't do anything. You say you want to carry the person, go court, that the person stole your money. By the time you yourself, you become tired of the court. Some of the things that I'm telling you guys, I've been in business for 24 years. So it's my lived-in experience. It's not as if I have to read a book. I've lived it, I've seen it, I've done it. I've never worked. Business is the only thing that I do. So that is when I'm talking about this thing. So it's lived in experience. And for me, I just like saying things the way they are. I'm not going to tell you, oh, this one, that one. Those are some of the things we have in Nigeria. So like I spoke earlier, if you are not able to learn with one, if you're not able to save with when you're earning 10,000, even if you're earning 1 million, you will not be able to save. This is because as your salary increases, your taste would equally change. You will want to impress people to look the part. You will not drive certain cars or live in certain neighborhood and wear certain clothing. And then, it goes on. I've told you, of course, the story of my cousin whose salary had increased by almost three times, but yet he wasn't seeing a difference because, of course, he was eating the money as the money, yeah, is going on. So buying lands, like I said, it's really very important. Savings help you to be financially independent. When invested in income yielding investment, you could buy lands that appreciate later, build a house and put tenants in. You could even buy a shop and put tenants. It's like, even if you don't buy, like some people say, oh, they don't want the stress of rent. You can buy, if you know, they sell shops in the market. They sell shop. Amy Okoye said yes, you need to be in the country. Good morning, Emeka. It's a pleasure having you here. And so I try to do this every day. So 9 p.m. I think I'm going to be starting my financial independence class 9 p.m. Probably do my exercises earlier, maybe like 8 or something like that. So 9 p.m. we will be having this conversation. Then Sunday 9 p.m. we'll be having our book review. And the first book we are reviewing is The Richest Man in Babylon. So sometimes even if you can buy shops. They sell shops in the market or in malls. Those ones are people who are doing business. They actually pay more. And if the person is running anyhow, just get the person out and all of that. So you can also do that. Don't stay without a project. I've explained that to you. Always ensure that you have something that you're putting your money into. You have one project or the other that you're buying, that you're doing. In that way, your money will not just be going anyhow. People will be coming with sub stories. They'll be telling you how they are this, they are that, they can't find this, they can't do that. All of that are cut off. Then after savings, then the next thing that you do, of course, is investment. Find things that you're going to invest in, and then just keep buying those things that at the end of the day will work towards. I think that's it for today on those things on the road to financial independence. Let me see. Oh yeah, Master V, Sunday. We're going to start this Sunday, 9 p.m. Sunday, we're going to review it. So please try and be member of the community. Let me go. And yesterday I did put in some people were saying that they were not able to get it, but let me go and get the link, to being a member if you want to, because I'm going to it's going to be the community members that will be reviewing it, because honestly, I really do need people that are going to just be able to say they want to learn. And so we have conversation, we talk, and I want people to apply it to their lives. It doesn't make sense if you're reading the book, we're not applying the principles. The Richest Man in Babylon, please go and get it, and then we can get that. The Richest Man in Babylon, that's the book that will be reviewed. I will be doing that Sundays 9 p.m. Sundays 9 p.m. Yeah, I've put that down to Sundays 9 p.m. so that, because some people were complaining 9 p.m. they might still be at work. So hopefully on Sundays nobody is at work, and then we'll quickly do it for 1 hour, so that because of Monday people will be working. They will do. So I've just pinned it there. That's the community. You can always join. So let's have it go before I round out. We'll soon be stopping right now. It's already after 11 over here. Tomorrow is Salah. For those, happy Salah everyone in advance. Take life easy. Thank you so much for your kind words. Ikechuku, thank you. Oh my goodness, I just laughed. If he said our future EFCC chair, good morning, Mama. God bless you. Amen, and God bless you too. The only thing we say, me, I know they do appointment. I know if you do yes sir to anybody. I've never worked for anybody in my life. I'm a market woman. I've always done business. And so collecting appointment for anybody with me, you have to be doing yes sir. And I'm not ready to do that. So please, on Sunday, we will be having our book review. We'll be starting our book review. So we'll review one chapter every week. As we go on, we're going to start with The Richest Man in Babylon. Maybe the next one we'll do Rich Man, Poor Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And then we continue on that. I'll continue going on that. So there are different ways, because the most important thing is that just first of all, prepare your mind to do it. Working towards your financial independence is like losing weight. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's very difficult. It needs discipline. But when you achieve it, it's so fulfilling. You just so feel good about yourself. So every one of us, you can all do that. Okay. Good evening, ma'am. I'm in the block industry. Which bank is the best for current and for CAC? So I don't understand what you mean by that. I don't understand what you mean by that. Current, when you say current, yeah, every bank is good. Just try to look for a bank that looks more solid. And then what you do when you do your current account, tell them that you want the ones that either maybe they will take a small charge per month. Don't do the one that is current account where they will be charging you those COT charges on transaction. They will tell you five naira per meal or something like that. Those ones are quite expensive. So you can always get the ones that you really don't pay. There are some, I know Access Bank has some of those ones. I'm not marketing for them anyway, maybe because I bank with them. Sterling Bank, they are all there. Jaiz Bank, you can do any of them, but just make sure when they are giving you the form to pay, ask them what are the charges. Are there hidden charges? Are there anything? Because those banks, they don't trust any bank. They trust them. Those banks are something else. Sometimes they will have hidden charges. So when your account officer, just talk to the person and go through and check and see what is it that they're doing. Yeah, that's part of the things that could happen. My email is the way I spell my name at gmail.com. Aisha Yesufu, AISHAYESUFU at gmail.com. And then for CSC, you want to do registration. So register. What do you want to register for? Do you have any registered name? You can do a business name. A business name just simply means you have a business name, but it's not like limited liability. So business name has some advantages to it. It also has some disadvantages. Sometimes there are certain kind of businesses you want to do. They need more than business need. They need a limited liability. But a business name, you can also do a lot of things. You have your business name. You do many things. And then when they are charging, what's the name of this? What's the name of this tax? For business name, they charge 5%. If it's limited liabilities, it's 10%. And so those are the things you just have to check and see. He said, please, we need things like this for young graduates like me who are just about to leave the university here in Nigeria. Yeah, especially in Nigeria, I do teach. I do a lot of this kind of teaching on my. I've done that for years, since 2015. In short, I used to have a radio program in 2012. But the thing I can assure is that most people are not ready to learn. So it's so frustrating. You're trying to teach people. People just want to give away. Just give us money. I don't do that. I don't give you money. I'll give you knowledge. I'll give you knowledge. Everything I have, I'll share the knowledge with you. I want to do. They're not going to be giving you wawa kobo or this thing. So people really don't focus on that. But I agree with you, because when you're in university, most people don't know about money. They don't know about business. You can be doing business while you're there. Don't wait until you leave school. Find something. Find a need and fulfill that need. In your university, instead of complaining, oh, there's no water, we can't buy. Why don't you look for someone to be selling the water? Why don't you look for something, solve that problem, make money, and then begin to save? And as you go on with this, when you start your first job, you are not just spending your money anyhow. You're working on it, you're using it, and then that also goes on. Michael O say, don't be like Baba Agbado, steal other people's and use government money to build and force people to pay too. Anyway, just yes, withholding tax. God bless you. How did you know that's what I was thinking about, Tono? Yes, withholding tax. So if you are a business name, it's 5%. They will charge you. If you are a limited liability, it's 10% that they're going to charge you. Sometimes these words they used to escape from my head. Yes, that's the word, withholding tax. Can someone start selling building materials? Absolutely, people will always build, no doubt about it. But what I'll say to you is that before you start selling the building material, try and learn. And that's the reason why Igbo people are good at business. They are not born with extra business, and they learn it. Most other people just jump into business. So because when you do business, when you learn it, you learn the nitty-gritty of the business. Every business have its tricks, nitty-gritty, that you have to learn. If you don't know it the first time, you might just go and buy the wrong thing or the wrong materials or whatever. So yes, business, like I said, there's no business that is not a potential billionaire maker. It's all about you. Are you ready to give it your all? So whether it's building material, but one of the things I always say to people is that start small. One of these days I will do my business series. There's a series I do on business, when to start business, how to start business, what to do, and all of that. I will look for that and start that also. But whatever business you want to do, please start it small. Start small, think big. Don't start big. Don't go and put millions and millions of naira in a business you've never done before. When you do that, what you do is that you force yourself, and then you begin to just spend money anyhow, things you shouldn't spend money. Also start it with small money. As you are learning it, if you make mistake, you can curtail your mistake and go on. And anytime you want to start a business, ask yourself, can I afford to lose this money? Always use the money you can afford to lose to start a business. If you cannot afford to lose it, scale it down, reduce it to a level you can afford to lose. Yeah. It said John Paul. I didn't even say any John Paul. Okay, can someone start? Yep, John Paul. Okay. So I think that's about it. So thank you, everyone. Hopefully, let's meet again tomorrow at 9 p.m. This time I'll be starting 9 p.m. on the dot. I'll do my exercise earlier and get to it. So let's keep doing it. Don't forget, Sunday 9 p.m. we are going to be starting our book review. And then it's going to be every Sunday we do one chapter of the book review. We review one chapter and get it going. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. For me, I love this. You guys don't understand. I love to share whatever I have. I love to share. I love to share knowledge. I love to share experience. And I'm excited when people are willing to learn. And that's what motivates me. That's what gives me the energy. And I just want a situation where we have more financially independent people. It helps people. It will help you to have a voice. The reason I have this, my voice also, I can talk anyhow. But I'm not afraid of anybody coming to is because I know I have my own financial independence. And like I always say to people, even if anything happens, I know the shame. I can carry pure water on my head and sell it. I know I will grow from there and make it a big business one day. It's just about going on and applying those things. And that's the thing. That's an interesting question. Amy, I don't even know what the topic is going to be because I've really not structured it. I just started this and I see people are interested. But hey, if you have a topic, say it now so that we'll see. Oh, well, I live in Abuja. We can always see and send me an email using this. I really don't have a topic. Even today, I had to struggle. Like, okay, what do I talk about? Because I've not structured it. I just started it and I see people are quite interested. But yeah, I do need. So please, if you have a topic, put it now so that then I'll work on it. Or maybe tomorrow, come with some of the topics. And then as we go on, we will take it on. Because I'm thinking, I see a lot of people are asking of business. So I'm thinking of that, okay, we'll go on and we'll talk about business. John Paul, yeah, well done. Everybody, for me, religion is something is personal. Everybody, whatever anybody want to choose, do it. That's your own thing. I'm a Muslim and that's it. And then, of course, there are people who don't even believe in God. And so for me, it's really none of my business. God has the power to make us believe in one thing. And if he gave us choices to be whoever, different people, yeah, that's it. Okay, I can't wait to have your contact. I'm based in London. Sure. Send me an email and we'll take it up from there. aishayusufu@gmail.com. Just look at my name on my channel and that's the way I spell my name and just send it in. So thank you so much, everybody. And as we go on, definitely we begin to look at different topics that we'll be talking about, and we talk about the next topic so people can also read it up. But I think tomorrow I'm going to start talking about business. Let's do business, what business to look at and let's start from there. So thank you, everyone. God bless you all. Bye.